In the video I will be asking the same question I did for Splatoon 2, and the answer to that question is the same answer to this question: will Splatoon 3 die after the Grand Festival? Because it does seem to be the last big new event for the game. So what will happen after the Grand Festival? That is what I will be asking in this question, and the answer to the question is no, it will not die. Even if it is the last big new event, you will still get people playing the game. The only two things that will sort of drive people away from Splatoon 3 is the Switch 2 whenever that does come along, because people will pick up a brand new system. But even then, not a lot of people will pick up a new system straight away. So yeah, that one big reason, that will solely not be enough to sort of drive the player base down. But the second reason, whenever we do get a Splatoon 4, how many years away that could be, whether it could be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years away, whenever a Splatoon 4 does come along, yeah, that will be the big driver away in terms of the player base dropping for Splatoon 3, because we did see it for the second game. The player base was still active somewhat even after the final Splatfest, and it did help how we did have Splatfest reruns. They were a surprise, because we thought back then that the final Splatfest in 2019 was going to be the last event for the game, but we did get Splatfest reruns up until 2021. It was only when Splatoon 3 did come out in September 2022 that was the thing that drove people away from Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3, and I feel like the same thing will happen now. Yeah, the player base might drop a little bit because of the lack of new content to the game and people just moving on. It's just like a natural process with the game being out for that long. But even after the Grand Festival, I still feel like you will get a good amount of people still playing the game, so you will easily get into Anarchy Battle matches and, you know, maybe like Salmon Run matches as well. The one sort of game mode that I feel like you might struggle to get into maybe 6 months, a year down the line is Table Turf Online. I feel like that will be the first mode where you will struggle to get players, but I feel like for a long while afterwards you will still be able to play multiplayer and Salmon Run matches. And what might help to keep the player base active, you might have just heard a massive plane just fly above me right now. So yeah, what might help to keep that player base active is that in the files of the game, it does seem like we will be getting big run reruns, and it does seem like there will be one more big run as well. It does seem like we will be getting Splatfest reruns in terms of Splatoon and Frosty Fest as well. That will make people come back to the game, because we haven't seen Splatoon and Frosty Fest in Incopolis Square in Splatoon 3, so people will come back to play in those events. And also what we do know in terms of the seasons is that, yeah, pretty much we will not be getting sort of any new content attached to those seasons. Those seasons will just keep rolling on and on and on, and the catalogues will just be like old catalogues. There will not be any new content in those catalogues. So yeah, I still feel like as long as we are getting big run reruns and Splatfest reruns, then yeah, I feel like the player base will still be active. But whenever the Switch 2 and Splatoon 4 do come along, there will be the big reasons for the player base dropping for Splatoon 3. But say like I feel like even if they don't come out for a while, I still feel like Splatoon 3's player base, maybe it will be like an age sort of thing. So maybe 3 or 4 years down the line, if we don't have a Splatoon 4, I think, yeah, maybe the Splatoon 3 player base will drop with the lack of any new content added to the game. People will lose interest as time does go on, and yeah, that will be how the player base will drop. But I still feel like for a good while after the Grand Festival, it will still be largely active. It's just that I will be moving on to other games. I've got other games to still play in my Switch backlog, and that is what I will be doing just before the Switch 2 does come along. So yeah, I will be moving on from this game. I will not be playing it until Splatoon does come along probably. So let me know whether you will still be playing Splatoon 3 after the Grand Festival, or whether you are like myself, whether you will be moving on to other games. I've got a PS5, I've got plenty of games to play, And yeah, I'm ready to move on from Splatoon 3. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.